chin. Now, while in some countries this is the expression that one normally uses to accompany a toast, here in Chennai, chin chin is the name of one of the older, more classic Chinese restaurants that has stood the test of time in an equally classic hotel that has become one and the same with Chennai's cityscape. Now, I'm talking about Chin Chin Restaurant in the Residency Hotel.
With a simple, Oriental-themed atmosphere and a menu that offers classic Chinese dishes that will all sound rather familiar, Chin Chin Restaurant has attracted a loyal following of devotees who stick to their tried, tested, and true favorites on the menu.
Chin Chin menu, basically it is a Szechuan menu, and we do have few Cantonese, Mandarin and Thai plus little Malay food, which is very famous. We have selected famous dishes which is in Malaysia, like satay, Malacca fried rice. Chin Chin menu is predominantly Szechuan plus other Oriental food.
Now, though there are many regional variations, there are 4 broad categories of Chinese cuisine. Cuisine from the Szechuan province in the southwestern part of China is generally spicier with bold flavors, characterized by the abundance of garlic, chili peppers, and the unique taste of the Szechuan peppercorn. Cantonese cuisine, on the other hand, tends to be more moderately spiced, letting the flavors of the primary ingredient dominate, which must also be extremely fresh. Shandong cuisine is characterized by ancient preparation methods and the abundant use of seafood, while Jiangsu cuisine often relies on the strict selection of seasonal ingredient and is characterized by food that is rather soft in texture. I decided to start by whetting my appetite with a few starters.
Well, I'm starting with a rather unusual soup. It's a blend of tender coconut water, a hint of ginger, mushrooms, and spinach. It's unusual, but extremely fragrant, very delicate in taste and aroma. It's actually rather delicious.
Along with the soup, I sampled the steaming hot prawn dim sum, stuffed with mushrooms, spring onions, and coriander leaves, flavored with a touch of sesame oil. And the Chin Chin chili mushrooms, which were crispy and fried, and one of the specialties of the restaurant.
Chin Chin chili mushroom ingredients: sweet ginger, Szechuan pepper, dry red chilies and spring onion, corn flour, ajinomoto, sugar and salt for taste. These are the things. And you boil the mushroom, cut into half, dust it in corn flour and deep fry it. Remove it and keep aside. Saute the dry red chili till it is smoking heat. Add the mushroom to it and add the ingredient to it. Toss it and remove it, serve it hot.
Now, interestingly enough, I found a Korean dish on Chin Chin's menu. This is bulgogi. It's beef that's marinated in a soy sauce. It's got a very pleasantly sweetish taste, and it's normally, like you see here, wrapped up in a lettuce leaf and served with a red pepper paste called gochujang. So, let's have a nibble, see how it tastes.
Bulgogi literally means fire meat in Korean. But, luckily for me, this isn't named after the meat's fiery spice levels, but rather the way it's prepared, over an open flame.
Well, we move on now to the main course. Now you'll find that the main course menu doesn't deviate too much from the classic Chinese dishes. And what we have here is the Singapore chili crab, we have the 8 treasure hot pot, and also on the side, corn, pepper, fried rice.
Singapore chili crab is usually prepared with mud crabs. The sauce was thick and heavy with an unusual blend of sweet, sour, and savory. Quite a lot to handle. It's a dish that can be found throughout Singapore and Malaysia, often as a form of street food at hawker stalls.
Singapore chili crab, like the name suggests, does have an element of chili, but surprisingly, it's not very spicy in terms of heat. It's more slightly sweetish with like an aftertaste of spice. And that's kind of offset by the sweeter taste of the 8 treasure hot pot.
In general, the sauces were rather heavy in consistency. The food had a uniform quality about it, and though I expected otherwise, it was not extreme on the spice levels. Phew! An average meal for 2 at Chin Chin will cost you approximately 900 rupees without alcohol.
Well, I'm ending with a dessert that you have to eat pronto because it melts very fast. So I'm going to try to keep my talking to a minimum. Now, this is the fried ice cream. There's Mexican and Asian variants of the same dessert. The Asian variety is normally made with a tempura batter, but in this case, it's been made with wonton sheets. And now I'm going to stop talking and start eating. Well, it has been a wonderful trip down China Lane here at Chin Chin. Now, if you feel like you did miss out, there is something you can do. All you have to do is write into me at feedback@ndtv-hindu.com with the correct answer to the following question for your chance to dine on Feeding Frenzy.
What crop is not cultivated in Goa? A. Coconut, B. Rice, or C. Corn? Send in your answers to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com.